So the last two that I'm going to talk about are very similar. They're very similar. And sometimes people get a little bit confused actually as to like which one is which. And so I'll talk about the first one is delight directed or relaxed homeschooling. And what that means is that the parents are choosing certain things that the kids are definitely going to learn, and they're choosing the curriculum for those things according to what they think is best. But they're flexible on other things. So say, for example, for a relaxed approach, maybe we're not super stiff on, using a spelling or grammar curriculum, but I am going to make my kids do, they are definitely going to be doing a writing curriculum because every child needs to learn how to write well. So they would have, that would be something that I might have them do, but I would allow some flexibility with other subject areas. Say they are going to do science, but what kind of science they want to do, the child gets to help decide in that. Relaxed does not mean that we sort of homeschool. That's not what that means. Relaxed homeschooling came from Mary Hood, and you can read her books to learn more about that. She also has a program called Archers for the Lord. She came up with that, and it just means that you are a family, not a school. You are a mom, not a teacher, and your husband is not a principal. He's the dad. And you operate as a family. You are operating as a family, and you have the family's goals, and you have goals for each person, and you have specific things that you are going to be doing for sure, and you're tracking progress on those things. But you're not behaving like a school per se. So that's where it came from, and that's more of what it really means. It doesn't mean that, oh, we're really super lax about what we're doing in our home school. It's very close to delight directed, which again, both of these are parent-led methods. And I emphasize parent-led because the last one I'm going to tell you about is not necessarily parent-led. It's still parent-led. So the child's interest, the delight directed, it's the child's interest, but the parent is deciding on the materials, and the parent is adding some formality and planning to that. The two relaxed and delight directed have a lot of similarities with that. It's very hard to keep records for that style, that method of homeschooling. It can be hard because if you're using some real life type activities for science or history or something, then that can be harder to keep track of. And the other thing is that sometimes there may be some areas that aren't covered as well as some others, because you may tend to favor certain things that the family likes to do or that the child really likes to do. And there can be some crossover with that and unit studies as well. You see how it all is, there's a little bit of fluidity when it comes to homeschooling methods and things like that. That's a lot of people borrow from different things, and it becomes their own style and method of homeschooling. And which is the beautiful part about it, is that it just becomes your unique way that suits you and your family.